Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 19 of our medieval Dynasty Let's Play. If you learn anything useful or have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you are feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and pop into here. So I did make some stuff for sale, so we're going to go ahead and grab some off of the donkey. And we're going to take him over to, we can't take him to the town that's right close by, because we have already cleaned them out for the season. So we're going to go ahead and go down to where Gisela is, so that we can also continue the Alwyn story quest while we sell our stuff off. And it's not super far. We should be able to get there just fine before the day is out. Today's goal is to get some more housing up, but most importantly, we are going to work on some extraction XP. So we're going to be visiting the mine a couple of times, I think. We need that extraction XP to get our producers to produce more. I'm also looking at putting in a third kitchen because we are still having food issues. I think we expanded a little faster. Well, we really didn't expand any faster than we should have, though, is the thing. I think you just need multiple of certain buildings. I'm also considering doing another logging shed, and definitely another extraction shed, and possibly another forge to make those tools, because the one forge, even at tier 2, is not being able to keep up. So those are some things that we're going to look at. Where are you going? Okay, so let's start with the heavy stuff, because we don't want to have to scramble everywhere to sell things. Well, that broke him pretty quick, didn't it? Now this person should have a toy sword that we can give our heir. He is a blacksmith, right? He is. Under T maybe? Yes! So they're not that expensive, so we're actually going to buy both. We can only give him one present per season, so we're going to have to sit on it for a little while. But that, I think, will give him more happiness than, or relationship than giving him the wooden figurine did. The wooden figurine only gave him 1%, so I'm hoping that that toy sword gives him a bit more. Alright, so that cleaned him out.
What can I do? Pray, it is in my nature.
So let's go through this meticulously now. We don't want to forget anything. Nope, I think that's it. Alright, so we're up to 16,000 now. That's not bad. So let's go ahead and head back to the village and get some of our rat killing done. We did the important bit. Oh! Now the question is, do we head for the mine while it's still light? Or do we start on the building projects? So this is the last day of spring. I think we might head for the mine. I think that's going to be our best bet. So let's move our mark. Something else we could do when summer hits is just strip a bunch of berry bushes, because that's going to give us extraction XP as well. And, or survival XP rather. And we can use that to further increase our food and water. So that might be an option as well. I know, you're a good donkey. He is making an awful lot of noise on this trip. Oh! That was random. You okay, buddy? Well, it doesn't look like he took any damage. I did not expect that low rock to trip him. Because these won't. We swung a little wide so we didn't have to deal with the wolves that are on the zigzag path over there. There's 2, sometimes 3 wolves that occupy this area, so we basically came up this way instead. We'll probably go home the same way, for the same reason. And the bear at the mine should be handled by our fence. He shouldn't spawn because the fence is there. I'm hoping... Yep, it does look like the tree regrew. So if we need extra pickaxes, because we have the bronze one, which is really nice. But if we need extra, we can come out and get a log and use some of the rocks that we get from mining in here. And be in good shape. Now I believe... I could be wrong, and we're going to find out for sure today. But I believe that the ores re-up on seasons. So, since today's the last day of the season, it's a good day to grab all this crap. Because hopefully it will re-up, and then we'll be in good shape next season to come down here again. I need to start putting points into Donkey for carrying capacity, but I've been trying to get his speed up because we really need that speed up. Donkeys are not as fast as horses, but they carry more, and we can't get horses yet anyway, but even when we can, we'll probably stick with the donkey just because they can carry more, and that makes our trips more lucrative. That's a pretty good... Oh. Yep, there we go. He's a little slower than normal, but it's not super bad. And based on the weight that we're carrying, coming back for those 100 rocks isn't going to be that bad. At least we can move home with some alacrity and not crawl home like we did the other day. But she didn't. Well, the day's not over and she's almost done. We should be fine. We should be fine. I think a 10 by 10 or 100 nodes is going to be the limit for NPCs doing fields. Did I do these two myself? I did that one. Did I do the other one? I think so. Yeah, I did do the fields. I figure making sure now before, you know, the season passes is probably a good use of time. So let's go ahead and make what we can. Right. I cannot move, so we've got to get a little bit closer. Don't mind the donkey. Okay, so we'll make this, looks like 15 copper. And the main reason that we're doing this ourselves instead of waiting for them to do it is because it will eat too much into their production of tools. And we do it way faster. Because I don't trust them to make bronze tools for us, so we've been doing that by hand just because we have such a limited supply of bronze. There's our barn too! Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Make 4 of them. Bronze starts with a B, dumbass. It's at the top. There we go. So now we're going to dump off what rocks we have on us, and then go back and get those other rocks and hopefully get back before nightfall. We're also going to have to switch in the morning the herbalist shack over to nightshade so that we can make some more of that poison to sell, because that was good money. I think we'll switch them to just poison. Or, deadly nightshade, rather. I always thought it was funny that they call it deadly nightshade because there's no other nightshade. So, I don't feel like that distinction is important. Alright, well that worked out pretty well. We got our stone, over 100 stone. Hopefully this will give us enough stone for a full house. And then we got some extra copper, which is always a good thing. And we made sure that we cleaned out the tin, which is very, very important. At least until we get to iron, then we'll stop caring about the tin and the copper, I suppose. We'll probably continue to manually mine the tin and copper out, just to sell things made from them once we unlock iron. But I want to automate the iron production because I think those are going to be the best tools. I think they are the best tools. Problem. The other thing is I had to pull them back a little bit on the meat. They were producing so much meat, it wasn't even funny. Yeah, actually, if we come down into storage and look at the food storage, like, so much extra meat. Just absolutely ungodly amounts of extra meat. So I took the meat down to what we're actually using per day, so some of this will rot off. And then we're going to use the leftover to get us more fur and leather for making items for money. I also pulled them off of hats because we were eating through our what's it too fast? Those are all... There we go. So that's just fur and linen thread. Is there something in here that's... There we go. Okay, so for one extra linen fabric, it goes up by 80. So how much is a linen fabric worth? Is it worth less than 80? So if we look at our linen fabric, it is worth 60. I feel like that extra 80 for an extra linen fabric is not worth it. So I think rather than going for the cap, we're going to go for the coif. So we're going to go ahead and unlock that. And we're going to allow them to make that to try and make us some extra money. So let's go to our sewing hut. So I have them on simple bags and fur shoes right now, so we're going to back the fur shoes off to like 2. And then we will take the coif, was it? Yes, coif up. So that'll give us one of those. Now I don't know if we have any extra... Let's see if we can get these at whole numbers. That would make me happy. There we go. So they'll make a simple bag a day, which should be fine because I think she only goes through about 3 a season, so that should be perfect because there's 3 days in a season. The first shoes, that's 2 a day, so that's for money. That's not a big deal. And then these coifs are going to come from our flax. Now if we look in here, we don't have much in the way of linen fabric. We use most of it on hats, so she's going to spend a large portion of... Well, we just planted a bunch of flax that's about to come to fruition, so she'll have a day tops of not using it to peak efficiency. Now we do need to look a little bit at what we want to do with our next house. Is going to be here. So it looks like this tree is going to have to come down. I don't know why he wants to stand there with a torch and watch me chop down trees. I feel like that's a great way to get a tree to the brain, but what do I know? It's not like I haven't already eaten 3 trees to the face. Let's see if we can get this one to fall strategically, maybe? Please don't land on that house. Thank you. Oh no, we're gonna have to reset... Oh, son of a bitch. We're gonna have to reset what's going on in here in the barn as well. So at least we have 4 people now instead of 2 for the barn. But its production, I think, just got borked. No, it did save the production. Okay. Okay, that makes me happy. So with the rye done, we need to make sure that she knows that she is switching to cabbage. And she should have all of the seeds that she needs to do so. Now, neither of these should be done. So we've got our oats will be done next season. Oh, maybe the poppy are done. I thought poppy took 2 seasons to grow. I feel like the poppy takes 2 seasons to grow. So let's see, those are... Okay, so that's our one. Yeah, they're still growing. They're not ready. That's fine. That's quite alright. Alright, we might have to take out that other set of trees. I'm not sure yet. There is a fire in Canada that is making our air quality absolute garbage right now, and my allergies are not super friendly with it. Okay, so it looks like this tree's got to go too. And having lived in Montana, where forest fires are regular and normal, I feel Canada's pain. They are a giant pain in the ass. But I am very, very surprised that we are having an issue where I'm currently living, because we are not as close to the fires as I wouldn't think that it would be a problem. But it is. But my heart definitely goes out to the Canadians suffering from that, because the forest fires are no joke. So the copper's back. But I thought there was some tin up here. Nope. So the tin's back too. So it is seasonal. So it's not yearly, it is seasonal. Which is exciting news. Because if it was yearly, that would be very detrimental to us trying to permanently use bronze tools. I think maybe sandwiching mining runs like that at the last day of the season and then the first day of the next season is probably not a terrible idea, because then you basically have 2 seasons where you don't have to worry about it. I mean, normally at the beginning of the season we run around and sell stuff, and we didn't do that straight away, and that's fine. Because we've got all season to do it before they reset. We just want to clean them out before they reset. Oh, I thought that was a human. Woo! Now the upside is we actually half our, why are you not letting me use... You're done. Get off the workstation.
How is life treating you?
Yeah, it takes 2 to make a bar, and each ore weighs 1 and each bar weighs 1. So you are literally halving your weight by refining these. So that's the big reason that we've been doing that part. I don't know why I put berries in there. They go in the food thing. Oh, shit. Yep, it is officially full. So that's a thing that happened. Let's take out some of the stuff that we can sell. Oh, the logs are getting out of hand too. So's the manure. That rye grain is in there to replant. So we're not taking it. I feel like we're making way more simple bags than we really need. So we're going to take some of those to sell as well. Let's leave her 3. Because they'll make more while we're gone. Oh, I found our torch. The one that I lost earlier. Looks like I shoved it in here. Okay, we have way too many stone hoes. We need to take them off the stone hoes. And the same with sickles. This is getting out of hand. Wooden vials. We're going to take those because we're actually going to use some of them to make knives. The wooden hammers are getting out of hand. So the knives, they're barely making enough because I made an extra 10 to throw in here and they're already back down to 3. So I think we're going to reduce the sickles and we're going to reduce the hoes and we're going to increase the knives. The pickaxes look like they finally stabilized. So I made 5 of those, and they're up to 7, so... I think that's everything that I can really pull out, so we'll put the stone in there. And I'm still yellow. And we'll put these bowls in there. So we know that we're gonna throw stuff on here that we're gonna sell, because that's what we always do to Donkey. It's the clay vials we can't use yet, the coif we don't care, feathers will sell, shoes will sell. Simple bags are gonna sell, and a large portion of these are gonna sell. Let's keep back like 10 of them. And then we will grab the nightshade that we have in here. 10 was too many. We didn't need to keep back 10. Looks like we actually only need to keep back 7. So this is going to take a vial that's worth 3 and 5 plants that are worth 3, so 6 total, and turn it into 60. That was a 10x profit for each one of those 7. And they're light, which is always good. Oh, no, it's 40, not 60. I lied. So it's not 10 times profit. But it's still, what, 80% profit? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. We will take it. Okay, so at least it's only 2 additional. I don't really want to sleep through the night, though. I know it's hard to see, but I don't want to waste that time because I want to sell stuff in the morning, and we need to get some of this stuff up and running. I don't know why I'm fooling with houses, though. We need to work on that 3rd kitchen. I just need to figure out where I want to put it. And I actually think I have an idea on where to put it. I think we're going to put it where this other temp house is, because we planned on tearing it down anyway. Right here. So let's see if anybody's in it. I don't think so. I think it's empty. Yeah, it's empty. So we're going to go ahead and tear this down finally. It was a nice place to temporarily place villagers, but it's in a very poor spot. This isn't the housing district for the way that I was planning the village, so it was just a temporary stopover to get those people in real quick like. So now if we build another kitchen, and I know building a 3rd kitchen when we're close to completing, I mean, we've got 2 seasons maybe before we can upgrade our kitchen, which is fine, but we need to build a kitchen before then. That's a smithy, dumbass. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Yeah, we can't wait that long to build a kitchen. We really can't. But building a 3rd one is not going to be a waste. It's not going to be something that we tear down later, because as we continue to grow, we're eventually going to need it again anyway. So it's not a huge deal. So 8. The nice thing about building it right next to the resource storage is we can just dip in here and grab what we need. Okay, yep. Of course I grabbed too much again. Okay. So let's see how we're doing on food in here, how they're doing on the potage. I feel like they're out. They are out. Which means they are eating raw materials, which is bad. We do not want them eating raw materials. So, how much per day? So we're looking at a food demand of 672 per day. So if we pull up a calculator and we take 672 divided by 30, that's 22. They're doing 14 a day. So it looks like we're... Yeah, they're doing about 7 a day. So I think 3 of them will actually be almost perfect. It's like 7.2 or something a day that they craft. And they're 30 a piece. So that's 210 each. So if we need 22.4 daily here, And each one's making 7.2, so we've got 14.4 coming out daily right now. So if we build one more, then that should be... that's only going to be 21 and some change. It's still going to be shy, but only just instead of hemorrhaging food. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to actually make about 3 days worth. That's a lot of crafts. Right now we're going to make 2 days worth. And then I'll make several more days worth afterwards. Like at the end of the stream, where people don't have to sit through multiple boring crafts. So we wanted... Yeah, I grabbed too many rocks. That's okay. So let's check on the fertilizer situation and then head to town to sell some stuff. The only thing that house has left on it is the stuff for the roof. The planks. So fertilizer, yeah, she's got 300. That's more than she needs. We're actually producing way more fertilizer than we need. Actually, can we take like 100 of it with us? How heavy is it? It's worth like 5 apiece, so I mean, hey, it's extra money, right? And I forgot to see if they produced anything else worth selling in that last day that we didn't check. I always forget something. The day that I can ride out of town and have everything that I need, that's the end of the world, I think. And there's the wooden vials, and I think, yep, that's where we peter out. I mean, we're up to 1,800, but...
See you soon.
Alright, what do you have for people this season? You. We'll take you. Diplomacy, fishing, but mostly production. Great. So we're going to put him... Is the kitchen production? We have a house that's just a female. Rudolphina. And she is... oh, she's gathering poop. She's preggers, so that's a family. We can't do anything about them. Those two are the only ones that are close enough in age to actually have a kid for him. So that won't work. There's a production and a fishing. Let's move Blanca. Wait, are they they're already a couple, aren't they? Well, if we move Blanca... Oh, well, both of the dudes are the craftsmen, so that's not going to work. Do we have any female craftsmen that aren't already mated? Could we move the lumberjack? Let's see if it'll let us move Zadimir in with Rudolphina. Yes. Excellent. So then in this house, we can put the guy that we just got. And that's going to give us 2 tier 3 production people that should have a child. And their average is going to be fantastic. So for a job for you, we want something in production. Is the kitchen production? It is. Congratulations, you are a cook. We are no longer sexist. All of our cooks are no longer female. Should be 7.2. At 100%. Nope, it's only 6.6 for you. Why is that? Hers is 7.18. And hers is 7.17. So why is yours so... Are they... They're all tier 3. They must be varying experience amounts of tier 3. That's the only thing I can figure. Oh, it's the mood! Their moods are way higher. That's why. So he'll get better with mood. Okay, so mood really does matter. Like, we just had a very clear indicator. We have 3 people in the same type of building with 3 different moods with 3 different values. So now we know for sure that mood is a qualifier for their production rates. That is no longer hearsay. I'm seriously considering building a third one of these, just so that we have a constant income of planks for the building process, because this does take quite a while. I mean, one house is 40 crafts of this at 2 seconds a piece. Well, 3 seconds a piece. So you're looking at 2 minutes of just standing here staring. Which is why I try to save the crafting, large stint crafting for the end of episodes. That way y'all don't have to stare for 40 minutes while I craft something that we're going to need later. So we're looking at taking the people out of this house. So they are Rudolfina and Zadimir. So R, Rudolfina, and Z for Zadimir. Yes. Why is she so unhappy? Okay, so that should have emptied the Daub house here. Right? Yes. So now we can actually upgrade our walls and ceiling. Okay. I'm half tempted, honestly, to move us back to the lake house and move those people into a real house. Because I think that couple's too old to have 2 children. I could be wrong. Maybe they'll have 2. I don't know. But we only need one of these smaller houses, so having us in a big house is kind of wasteful, even though we're the village chief, so to speak, and I really like having a big house. We can only have the 1 kid, so us being in a big house is kind of wasteful when we could be using it for other people. So I'm seriously thinking about moving us back to the back there. So it looks like 6 times 4. It's 24. That's the end of it. Okay. So I think I am going to do that. I think I'm going to move us, our family, back to this house since we can only have the 1 kid. Because this was going to be originally the retirement house anyway for the main character when the heir takes over, because it looks out over the lake from the window. And I think we're just going to live there. So we're going to take Amerigo and Norberta, and we're going to move them into our current house. I'm not entirely sure which house. Oh, so this one's our current house. Robert, I already forgot who we were moving. I am terrible at that. Names are not my strong suit, and particularly names that I don't recognize. Amerigo and Norberta. Okay. Well, can we do this the reverse way? Can't we move us in here? That probably would have been easier. So the small simple house, Amerigo and Norberta, that was... Yeah, we should have just started that way from the beginning. This is also going to reduce our firewood usage, and that's going to play a very big part in helping us out, material-wise. So that might allow us to pump out more planks without having to build yet another woodshed. So we already have the... Alright, so after this, I am going to go and thresh all of the flax, which is also going to be a very long craft. And then, see what we have that we can collect to put on Donkey for sale in the morning, because this day will be over by the time these crafts are done. So rather than make you all sit through literally 40 minutes of crafting, we're going to go ahead and end the stream here. And, yeah, that's just to save you guys some heartache. And I'll save right as soon as the crafting's done. I'm not going to do any building or anything off camera. So, if you learned anything useful, if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will see you next time.